And avoid saying things like, I'm gonna throw this piece in the trash can. Northern Tool and Equipment. Pardon my French.
This little camera will absolutely beat your $4,000 camera, and I'm going to show you how you can get the same quality as your $4,000 big ass camera with this little camera right here. And there's a lot of downsides on this camera that you should consider before you buy this camera, that I will mention each one of them freely without any hesitation. So I just spent $300 on this little thing right here, the DJI Osmo Nano. I just get back from Bali and I spent a week there to test out this camera in real life shoot, and I found something interesting with this camera that no one actually talks about. Yep, I'm not gonna make unboxing video as all YouTubers already did. I know, if you're a beginner trying to start a vlog, you've been told to buy a $4,000 camera to start vlogging, $500 in lens and separate microphone that will get you great quality eventually. The advice isn't wrong, but it's just absolute worst way to start. But the biggest problem, it doesn't guarantee you to make a banger video, and I'm going to show you why. I've been to Bali before several times, and every trip I packed like a mini studio in my backpack, like you know, the massive camera, the drone, tripod, and other accessories like my secondary camera, secondary lenses, and a lot more. And yeah, I captured a lot of beautiful cinematic landscape of Bali, the culture, and my vlog of course, but I felt like it's all purposeless, and then I end up upload nothing out of it because I think that I was too much spend my time on the gear rather than the plan. And the real killer of beginner content is the friction. It's the constant worry of the settings, the lighting, and minutes of assembling your gear. And yeah, at the time I was planning to find something that eliminates all of that. And on the first plan, I was thinking that I want to buy the DJI 360, but I end up buying this because it's cheaper and it's more versatile than the Osmo 360, in my opinion, because I already have the DJI Action 2 before and I like that camera, but just a few features that lacking from that camera. For example, the 10-bit D-Lock amp, and it cannot handle low light, even it's just sunset, and I felt like the quality is not there yet if I should compare with my FX30 right here. And I know they both cannot be compared, but at least if I'm using this camera, the Osmo Nano, side by side to the FX30, I can adjust the color with the 10-bit D-Lock amp, and of course, the FX30 I shoot in 10-bit also. And yeah, let's get into my vlog. So all the footage in this video will be shot with the Osmo Nano, except the footage that I gave the watermark down there. And one more thing, like I said to you before, I'll mention all the deal breaker on this camera that you should know before you buy this camera. So I'm gonna test out my new Osmo Nano camera. This is in a low light situation near the airport. We'll find out how it works in Bali. To be honest, I'm pretty curious on how this camera will perform in the low light situation. I'm not using the super night mode because the quality kind of bad on the super night mode. So I prefer the 10-bit D-Lock amp on 4:3 ratio. Now I'm using the ISO 3200 with 100 shutter speed to reduce the jiggle on the rock steady stabilization mode. So we'll just drop our luggage and we're now going to the entrance. I think in indoor situation this camera is quite good for handling this low light situation. This is not actually that low light as previous place, but actually my Action 2 does not handle low light this good as this camera. So I just arrived in my villa. It's in jungleboybeats. That's the villa. But I'm testing out this Osmo Nano and turns out pretty good. But I would say the battery is ran out so fast. I think it's too fast.
Let's go. Let's go, Kim. And look who we got. We got the
Bounty targets identified. Weapon free. Right, there's an enemy squad gunning for you.
Gigabytes version because unlike the original, this Osmo Nano cannot record directly to the memory card.
Squad mate back on station. Good work.
Come on, bring out money, bring out money. Come on, load out, load out, load out.
It takes so long
Let's
for
go, let's go, let's go.
Watch for enemies here. Moving here. That's enemy territory.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Possible enemies here. Why stay? Cancel my last. That's
Come on,
enemy.
blue, let's
Cancel
go,
that.
blue, let's
Cancel
go,
my
yellow.
last.
Blue, 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 yellow, yellow,
Watch for
yellow.
movement. Cancel that. Fly station here.
Come on, blue.
Fly station here. Moving. Friendly loadout drop here.
Right here, this shake 1, 2, 3. It supports up to 2 transmitter, and so you can do fun with your friends while walking or.
Precision airstrike standing by.
And I think that feature really make this camera become the almost perfect vlogging camera for 2025 and beyond. Just the battery. I just don't like the battery and the storage system. And it's big.
Oh, rooftop, rooftop, rooftop.
Rooftop.
Right here, right here.
Cancel that.
Right here, window, window.
Watch for move. Cancel my last. Cancel that.
Thank you, thank you. Come get me, brothers.
Moving here.
Come get me. He really tried.
Squad mates are in the safe zone.
He really tried.
Gas is moving. 10 remaining. Keep pushing.
Testing this
Good shit, good shit, good shit, good shit.
yeah, yes, it's quite very good guys. But
Popping steel.
it's pretty cool, and I can set it the noise cancellation mode. So there's the option of noise cancellation, low and high. So this is
Precision airstrike
noise
available.
cancellation mode. Very record for my
Hey, back up there. Hey, man, this here.
with the
Right here, rooftop. Oh, I downed somebody. I downed somebody up there. Get him. They downstairs.
Enemy hunters will take it out. You're in the clear.
Good shit,
Last
good shit.
remaining operator.
Good shit, good shit, good shit.
Hunters down. Enemy dropping into the AR.
His ass still in the window. I'm done.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tag map. Get hunting.
His ass still in the window. He dropped everything. It's a whole team over here, though. It's a whole team coming.
That's an
I
LMG
hear
round
3
here.
people.
Stay tight.
Oh, upstairs. Right here. Oh, yeah, look.
Watch for move. Loot cache here. That's enemy terror. Cancel my last. Possible enemies here.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Right here. Towel. Right here. I missed him, y'all. I missed him. Twin, you go yellow. You go just sit there, twin. You ain't go fight. Fuck you got going on, yellow? What the fuck is you doing? It's on the right, nigga. Yellow. Behind. How you gonna get popped?
Your squad made it to the safe zone.
We've got more work to do.
Moving ground, moving.
What the fuck is going on, brother?
Returning you to the front. Urgent.
So yeah, back to the studio. So I've tested a bunch of footage with this camera, including dynamic low light situation. Before I show you the best camera setting for this camera, I'm gonna run this test fit at accomplish.
You have reinforcements inbound.
Whether you're involved or you need that flexibility that
Friendly buy station deployed.
we just want to start vlogging. That's simple.
On top of you, dude.
Friendly buy
On
station
top of you,
inbound.
dude.
Location marked.
I'm out.
Your squad is deployed.
Bitch. Shut up, boy.
Marking the rest of them. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work.
Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Somebody drop it down. Where? Ping him, ping him. Where?
Enemy destroyed. Attack map. Hunt down the rest of them.
Holding him in.
I didn't see what he was talking about. I couldn't see him.
Changing man. My station mark. We're ready to
Hey, chill out, Blue. Oh, shit. Shit, that bitch spitting. That bitch spitting what you got, man. Yes, sir. Ooh, drop me there. I'm back, bro. You know I got you, brother. I'm back. Oh, drop me. Ah, shit. Ah, no. Yes, yeah, I play it. Yeah, I have it. I play it, yeah.
So yeah, whenever I do, I just got a high output power bank so I can charge this camera quickly and just continue the vlog. Next is the build quality and the design. As you can see on both camera right here. To be honest with you guys, I really like the whole too, but this is really good. Long scales, really got scratch because of this. Yeah, I'm scared to put this camera with the case because of the material. So this camera is
Single guy had
much less and not as fast.
Ni una. No.
Yeah, I also want to transfer here.
Use this time for some target practice. Real quick. Enemy dropping into the AO. Station, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the Warzone is authorized. Provide to redeploy fallen teammates. Kill to bring them back on. Reinforcements inbound. Go get on. Your squad mate went AWOL. Resurgence time eliminated.
I got one really good.
Pull that squad mate and outside the safe zone. Moving here. Keep an eye on this.
Your squad mate is redeployed. Well done.
Let go.
Watch for enemies here. Cancel that. Moving. You have a buy station inbound. Squad's in the safe zone. Gas is inbound. Enemy airstrike in the area. Down to me. Get ready. You're redeployed. You've made it to the top 10. Got 10 squads active in the field. You have reinforcements inbound. Enemy dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Heck no. Money can't buy happiness.
Be advised, the enemy squad is tracking your location.
But they can give you a professional grade air grinder, along with every other tool you need to rebuild that motorcycle.
You found one squad mate. We'll get you redeployed faster. Only 10 were left. It's only a mine.
That's why we're all hooked. Well, galaxies.
Gas is closing in.
Latest drivers.
Changing mags! Go!
Welcome to your complete beginner's guide for this camera has a 1/100-inch sensor, 4K 10-bit D-Log, rock steady 3.0, 200-minute battery life, waterproof, and it can magnetic mount anywhere. We're going to go through everything that you need to know to become fast with this tiny little camera. Now, Brett, let's get into it. And before we jump into all of the lessons around this camera, I want to give you a quick outline that shows you exactly what's happening. And also, I'll include chapters and videos. Jump ahead or jump backwards. Pick a section that you need.
I know.
Up and running.
Somebody else told me that shit. Now that picture right there for video too.
Everything you're gonna find on
Oh God, that is crazy. That is weighing me too. I went over the other day. I said, God damn, but I was scared. Man, I was in down there. I was scared to hit up. They had so many plays coming like that. Especially it was a white dude came. I said, the hell? Damn, we keep him for real. Don't pull down the good say no living right. Hell, you saying down there? Trying to do it. But you can dream about it. Yeah. Amy, go. Oh, you say you just started? And then big guy here.
That's enemy territory.
Oh shit, where y'all at?
He can barely get out.
And I been telling you, I say, bro.
God dang.
Man, I swear to God, I've been telling them that.
Swear to God.
That been easy for me hard, but the other day I came on, I was like, God damn, bro, you shouldn't be wearing like this. I started going white night, but it was nighttime though. Who the hell people? Yeah. What is he doing? I don't fuck people here. I ain't knowing what he was sitting right there that time. You know me, but I don't be knowing the mother.
Cancel that. Moving possible enemy. Cancel my last.
I don't trust none of that goddamn room in there.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Moving. Cancel that.
I could have killed this trash dude.
Say this bitch going right over there.
Back on station. Good work.
Taking effective fire.
I don't really know nobody down there. Like, I be knowing they face and shit, but I don't know nobody but Joe and probably Zante here by name.
Marking the rest of that squad.
That's about all I know down there, bitch. I don't be fucking with no other nigga. They just be riding Joe and shit here. They be trying to talk to me and shit. I don't know the real thing.
Damn, nigga, quit taking all the damn guns.
Devo. Oh, her Devo name.
Man, y'all niggas right there, one behind you, bro. What type of team?
Who beat it up?
motion blur. I'll talk about that when we get into the pro settings of this camera, but you can put different filters in the camera. Now, when we go to the multifunctional dock, it's a little bit different. So you have the screen on the back, and then this is also magnetic, so you can magnetize this as well. And the cool thing about both of these is you have a magnet to attach different things, but also your DJI's clip. So this clip that's on their extension poles, it's on all of their mounts, basically on every accessory that you're going to get with DJI. It works with the Osmo Nano, it works with the Action series of cameras, it works with the 360 cameras. It's all the same. It's a magnet, but it's also a clip. So right here I have this little tripod. I stick it on the bottom, and whether it's the camera or the multifunctional dock, it's never going to come off because it magnetizes and also clips off, and it's easy to pop on and off. Now on the side you have one button. It's a record button. It powers the camera. It has some other uses as well. And then on the other side where it says DJI, you have this little door. You open this up, you have a USB-C and you have a micro SD card slot. So how this camera works is that when you're recording footage, it's recording on the camera itself. So the little thumb size camera is around 120 gigs of footage, which is a lot of footage. However, you don't have the card slot on this camera. On the multifunctional dock, you actually have the micro SD card. So what happens is, as you're shooting and you connect these two together, you can export your footage off of the camera onto the micro SD card if you want to use that.
We're heading for the war zone. Get geared up and stand by.
I don't understand why it's so good. This is
The way it works, the DJI can give us that ability to put it onto a micro SD card. Also, run a film more than the film that is camera itself. Then you can have micro SD cards.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the sky. Prep time's over. Now you deploy the war zone.
Other major things to know about this camera is that there's no battery. The battery is so fun. You have a battery inside the camera. Free for the camera, also the multifunctional dock. Now, the camera, so how this will work is that
Resurgence.
the camera is going to
Stay alive.
the camera is fine. Priority. Whenever you plug it in, the camera power.
Mark and rock one to the squad.
But at a certain percentage, so that you have functionality for both the camera and the dock. So both are so they have this little algorithm in here to make sure that the camera stays charged for as long as possible. You have it plugged in, you take it off, because you're going to be doing this back and forth. But if you have them connected, it's always prioritizing the camera, and still it gets to that point where both are basically running out of battery and then they'll die.
Friendly
So
buy
that's
station
the
inbound.
limitation of
Location
the camera.
marked.
It's something that you're going to have to really keep in mind, so that you only have so much battery with the camera. Then you have to plug it in using the USB-C, which is a quick charge. It's going to be able to quick charge this camera up to get it powered fast. Like this camera was basically dead and I charged it in a few minutes.
Your squad mate is redeployed. Well done.
For a battery to charge this for you, need to plug it into a wall or something like that. So that is just one of the major limitations, especially out filming for longer days, and this is like the camera that you're using all the time. There's no way to bring like an external battery to clip onto this. The DJI Action 2 was a similar stack design. It looked like they borrowed this design. However, there was like these extra modules that were just a battery that you could throw on the bottom or you could throw on the
Hey, bro, my team's in this building right here, bro.
I actually liked that.
You see me right here? You see me right here? Yeah, my team's in this building. Yep, my team's in there.
Sony batteries, I have a battery case, I have a USB-C output, so I can charge it. I have Sony batteries, whatever. Oftentimes, like, have to go charge. So, might just be a battery.
Go get your revenge.
Now, one thing I forgot to add in this section, I'm talking about how to actually
Enemy dropping from the AR.
for the screen faces you. it's a good design in that way. You're recording video,
Gas
a
is
little
closing
red
in.
light on here, and that's about it. So let's dive into the next section, which is all about some of the accessories that you can use with the
Stand by for redeployment.
So I have a bunch of random little accessories that I've used on the camera, and these all work in different ways to be able to get your shot. So if you're mounting it, or if you just want to put the camera away from yourself, use a range of accessories, as well as the magnetic mount on the back of the camera to be able to do it. So when you purchase the camera, there's a few things you might get with it. It depends on the kit that you buy. However, the key ones that I see is the magnetic mount. So this is like a necklace that you put on, and it allows the camera to be right on your chest. Just like this chin. Moving. PlayStation, cancel that. Have this POV shot where you do something and you have this point of view. PlayStation here. Another accessory that you can get, which is the hat. This just clips right onto your hat.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
And this is actually one of the ones that I was shooting my videos out while I was doing photography, but I don't behind the scenes. I had the hat mount on a lot because when I'd be down in my bag or here or something, this is a good
Only 10 left.
to show what I'm doing. This is easy.
We've got
to
10
see right
squads
out
active in the field.
This is the magnetic clip mount that all of DJI's products use. Now another head mount that you can get from the Osmo Nano is basically a head strap. So if you're not wearing a hat, use the head strap instead, and this one has the same clip. So when you put this on your head, same thing as basically with the hat clip. However, it's a strap, so you don't have to be wearing a hat. Now there is an accessory that's this little plastic housing. This will come with the camera, and this allows the camera to not overheat as fast. There might be times where this camera will overheat. When I've used it 4K 60 continuously recording for a longer period of time, that's when I've seen this camera overheat. But overall, it's not too bad to overshoot in general. Now coming with the camera is also this little suction mount. You can put this on like the outside of your car, or you can just put it on the wall or something that's kind of flat and solid. And it works well. Now also you can just get these little magnetic clip mounts and then put it to anything like this one. Or push down and it's 420. So this is a cool little mount that you can put on say a tripod to be able to use this camera and on this especially tripod. But in this video we talk about the screen and stuff. It's a good little tripod just to set on like a tabletop or something like that. And another accessory that I've personally been using is this packs down pretty small.
Contract failed. Objective lost.
It's got a long
Gas
extension
inbound.
rod so that I can have basically a camera on a tripod and shoot shots of myself when I'm doing something. This is something I've been using a lot. Something else, and I want to get a shot of myself. Instead of trying to put it on something in the environment, I'm just going to bring around this lightweight tripod and put one of these mounts on top of it, and basically it allows me to just like pop the camera on and off, and it just gets the camera away from myself. So I can do these shots where I'm further away, showing like the whole landscape, or even if I want to do a top of the camera, I don't want to have the camera like an arm stretch away. I want to actually put it on the ground and walk away from it. This has been a good accessory. Now beyond this, DJI specifically has made mounts for things like bike. So if you want to have like a special bike mount, they have helmet mounts. There's a lot of different accessories that basically allow you to mount this in different ways, whether you're doing something like snowboarding, you're putting it on different places on the car, you're putting it on bicycles, and all the accessories that I've talked about in this video specifically, I'll put links down below in the description, the ones that I actually use. But if you go on DJI's website or the Osmo Nano or just the Osmo Action, which is the same mount, you can see all the different accessories and find the ones that specifically work for the way that you're going to be using this camera. Alright, so we've talked about a lot of different accessories. Let's actually get into how you can start filming with this camera right away. Now I'm going to pause this beginner's guide for 1 second. I really appreciate what you're doing on this channel, but please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It lets me know that you want to see more content like this, and it helps the algorithm get this video out to more people who could potentially benefit from seeing this beginner's guide. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. And I look forward to your
Come over. Come over, Todd. No, come on, for real.
Enemy soldier incoming.
I'm vibing. Well, where you at, though?
Alright, in this section, let's just go over like a quick start guide. How to get
Capito, me quiso matar a mí.
this camera.
Placa,
So,
me
when
tengo un
you're
codazo.
using the camera, you either have it attached or
Alright, let's do it.
Squad mate is redeployed. Well done.
I'm a worker.
And this is going to use the last recording setting that you had. Set up as when you turn the camera and start it up and hit record, it's going to start using the settings. So we'll dig into more of the settings in a second. Turn off the camera by pressing the move. Now both are
Oh, because of this.
well. So now you can see that the camera is looking around as it's spinning.
This
So
is tiger.
you turn on the camera by itself, it doesn't power on the multifunction dock, but every time you turn on the multifunction dock, it's also going to power on the camera.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
But now, you have it plugged in together, have them snapped on, you gotta make sure you see it click, they'll be connected. Now you can use either button to power it on. Either the top one or the side. So let's press the top button
Loco,
to
lambe
turn it on,
bicho.
and it's gonna flip on the camera and the dock.
Ven aquí.
So when you're using it,
That's your problem now.
all done
You need to
is
choose.
swipes. So it's all a touch screen on the camera itself. Swipe left to right to go to modes. And these are all the different modes that you have access to.
You get your own apartment.
And then you're gonna do things
Hey, hey,
like
hola, hola, Tupac. Hey,
camera settings.
come here, bro, come here.
Frame rate, when it's past the little lines of the dock, it's gonna bring up your
When
settings.
did you get a apartment?
Everything shot.
You have a buy station inbound.
It will bring up the whole line of the
And you invite me over?
left corner.
What's wrong with you, Tom?
So to get up and running fast with this camera, you're gonna want
I do know. Actually, when you said that,
photo.
it's your house.
Let's say
Yeah.
you have reinforcements inbound. Video mode, set it up, go up, set your frame rate and resolution. We'll go through all of these.
And what that mean?
Dig deeper in this camera. I'd say I'm gonna shoot 4K 16:9 and I want to shoot
So
30 frames.
this is gonna have to, you gonna have to start locking your door like your mama do. Fuck you say. Oh, my mom used to lock the door though.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Auto. Now I just hit record. After record,
And if you wake her up, that's your ass.
start to record. You'll see a little.
That's your problem. You too nice.
Start counting up.
That's what's going on.
I'll tap the record button on the top.
But you know, Papa Bear ain't around, so you know you don't know how that go.
Now,
You know.
Friendly loadout drop on the way. 9 left. Keep the pressure
You
on.
look so mad right now.
And it's as simple as that. You start getting
Right.
going with this camera. As long as you set up the settings that you want.
So how do you usually work that out?
Turn off the dock.
Probably.
Now, if I just want those same settings, 4K, 30 frames per second, normal color, I don't need to connect the dock anymore. Turn on the camera, and I can press record, and it's recording internally to the camera. Because everything records internal to this camera. So you don't even have to use the dock to be able to
You see, you gotta stop.
up. Now, when the camera's powered on,
Time for vengeance. You're redeploying.
that light turns red. If you just want to do like the
Right.
so you don't want
Right.
Marina, me gusta.
to tap the record button once, it's going to turn on the camera and then automatically.
How did you?
See, I'll do that again. Hopefully.
Yeah, you gotta train them early.
Quick
Yeah.
start function. So I just press record once.
Like for real.
Squad
You
mate
gotta have
back
that
on
under
station.
control because you might get back with another man. And that shit do gotta be under control. Look out.
It's going to turn off.
Folks ain't trying to wake up in the middle of the night.
Enemy dropping into the area.
Power on the camera. Record. Just tap
No, I'm just saying in general. Like, you know, we can do all that. Well, I'm saying you gotta have some structure here and there. You know, you're oh, he's actually crying. So Savvy, yeah, it sounds like you need a nigga. That's no, that's not. Tara, I don't want you to ever believe that. That's not true. Everybody's different. That's what's been happening to you. That's what they be doing. But oh, they already in there. If you see them. Who else is it? Who is they? And what they see? But what they doing for you? Okay. Girl, don't start on me. Remember. No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna let you get because you should be already coming back this way. It's too much going on. It seems. You see all that talking you doing? I'm supposed to be cramming your shit because you talk too much. You know? That's what I think I know what you need already. Mm-hmm. Well, my question is.
Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the Warzone. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets and bring them back faster.
Lots of targets close by.
Alright, soldier. Target drop point. Don't get off. Unattended target gas deployed in the AO. Mark and bypass. Enemy dropping into the AO. Be advised.
One more mag.
To the front. You have reinforcements inbound. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Redeploying.
So, in the lower left corner, you see that this icon is now switched. So, beyond just swiping left and right on the camera, you also get an indication of what mode you are in these corners. So right there, it's video mode. You tap that, you go back to the same thing and you swipe. So let's go back to video. It shows that I have 11 minutes and 56 seconds left of time. So let's go to video with resolution, frame rate, other settings as well. So as a photo, shoot in a 4x3 aspect ratio. This is good if you want to cut out both the vertical and a horizontal image. At the same time. So if you know you're just shooting horizontal video, we're going to shoot it rotate the camera. And with your resolution, you have 4K, you have 2.7K, or you have 3. So you have 3 different options on the resolution that you can use with this camera, and you can shoot it both.
You're getting another shot. Weapons free.
Now in terms of frame rate,
Your squad mate is
50 frames per second. If you go 65 frames per second, and if you go all the way down to 1080p, same thing, it goes all the way.
Squad mate is redeployed. Well done.
I'll show you that in a second.
Friendly buy station deployed.
But in just the normal video mode, it goes up to 60 frames per second.
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest
In that
of
case,
them.
it only goes up to 50 frames per second. So
10 remain. You're almost done here.
So let's go to
We've got
4K,
10 squads active in the
60
field.
by 9, 30 frames per second.
Bounty targets marked.
Let's tap
Kill
the
'em all.
little camera icon in the upper left-hand corner. And this
Enemy
will show
soldier
the different
incoming.
modes that you have. So you have a video mode, which is just standard video. If you click record, it records video. There's a pre-record function, which basically means the camera's always recording, but when you press the button, it's going to start recording at that moment, plus however many seconds before that camera, it's going to actually save that 5 seconds, all the way up to 5 seconds.
Pinga.
Kill confirmed.
Venga, venga,
So
venga.
the camera's basically button. So when I press record, it's going to record at that moment, so you're recording right here, but also 30 seconds, 30 seconds. The action starts, you hit record, everything.
This nigga
Clip that happens.
I'm proud of my artist, man. I'm listening to him.
Previously, up until that moment. Now the other option is loop recording. So basically, it's just going to continually record in a loop, and you can do backs, which is just and then once it hits the limit of your memory on the camera, it should then start erasing all the data as the new data is recorded. You can do 5 minutes, you can do 20 minutes, you can do 1 hour. So
Squad mate left the AR.
an hour.
We'll reduce your
And then it
redeployment
starts
time.
cycling over and searching for new data as new data is recorded. So that might be a personally, and we'll go back to our frame rates and resolutions, and then the last thing we have is video. So on the right, have standard wide. So ultra wide is 13 millimeters, wide is the same 13 millimeters, but has less distortion, and then the standard is equivalent to like a 15. Now this also changes depending on which stabilization. So there's rock steady, which the horizon is going to dim to the left and right, and then there's the horizon balance, which is going to punch in on your footage.
Get ready. You're redeploying.
Either direction, and the horizon is just going to stay level. No matter what you do with the camera, but in the standard mode, instead of 15 millimeters, now you're using 17. So the camera basically just punches in and out of the footage to help with the width of the lens and the bubble effect, removing that or adding it back in, and also just the stabilization of how the camera moves. Personally, I like the look of rock steady, but there are times where the horizon balance works well. You want to have a flat horizon all the time. It just depends on the kind of look you're going for your stabilization. So let's put it on standard, which is the warmth mode. This is going to
You're losing ground. Moving.
least amount of bubble in your footage.
Back on station. Go get off.
1430. Now also your other setting.
On their side.
Now the glamour effect is funny because something we might actually want to do. I don't glamour mode, there's
Enemy dropping into the AR.
so usually you'll just use this on daily. Taking fire.
Squad mate back on
record an additional 10 minutes when you're in the 4K 60 mode, it usually will cut you off at a certain point.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
Now at the bottom, you have some image adjustments, you have texture, and you have basically it's like the sharpness and noise reduction. You can add this, you can add +2, or you can go -2. But personally, when I've been using this camera, I've just been using the add. But if you want to have less artifacts with noise reduction, things like that, you can put it down to -2 and have less noise reduction, less sharpness and texture. I would mess around and see what you personally like. I've been leaving it at 0 like I said. Now in the upper right hand corner, you can click the Pro mode, and this is when we get into color. So this is where you can choose your normal 10-bit, 8-bit, and also this has all of your settings for exposure and white balance. We'll get into a little bit more about how to use that when we talk about Pro mode specifically a little bit later on in this video. Alright, so that's basically everything you need to know for the just standard video mode. Let's switch over to Super Night. So Super Night's interesting because this is what you use when you're in super low light situations. It's going to restrict your camera to only specific settings, but it will give you a little bit more exposure, and it actually looks pretty good at night if you have to shoot with this camera. You're always going to be limited with the small sensor in this camera, and you're not going to get the best low light footage with the Osmo Nano, but you will be able to get something that is usable depending on what you're doing with it. Now in the Super Night mode, if you swipe up, you can see that your frame rates and resolutions are limited. You don't have options for 4:3, you just have 16:9 or 9:16, and you're limited to 24 to 30 frames per second. Now in terms of your width, you have wide or standard, and you only have access to rock steady. So you can see how you don't have as many options, but it does give you that ability to shoot in lower light scenarios. Now next we have slow motion. So this is where we get into the slower frame. This is where we can shoot 120 frames per second. So same setup, you have all the same settings here. You can see the time in the corner, it shows how much time you have left shooting at the current settings. But if we swipe up, you can see now we can do 4K 120 frames per second. You can do 2.7K 120 frames per second. And you can do 1080p at 240 or 120 frames per second. So if you want to shoot super slow motion, you can do 240 frames per second in the 1080p mode. And basically, this shoots a slow motion clip. So when you pull it off the camera, it's already going to be slowed down. The difference in the video mode is when you pull it out, it's always going to be in real time. So if you're shooting 4K 60, and you want to slow it down half speed for like a 4K 30 timeline, well then you pull that clip out, and in your editing software, you'd have to slow it down manually. In the slow motion mode, these clips are already slowed down. So these are intended for slow motion shots. And when you go into your width, you have standard or you have wide, you have no option for rock steady or horizon balancing. And that's because the limitations with the slow motion. So basically you just get a slow clip. But even with the stabilization turned off, it's still going to look super smooth because you're shooting at 120 or 240 frames per second. Now the next mode you have access to is your time-lapse or hyperlapse mode. So this one's great to be able to shoot like time-lapses of clouds passing, cars moving, or if you want to get a shot of the camera moving through a scene really fast, you put it in the hyperlapse mode. Both of them are in the same thing. So you have a few different things you're going to see on the camera here. So first, in the upper left-hand corner, instead of how much data you have left, it shows you how much time it's going to take to make the shot that you're using. So right now, it's 10 minutes to make a 10-second clip. That's what this little indication is in the corner. So let's swipe up and show you all this menus. So you have time-lapse or hyperlapse. That's the first thing you're going to choose. We're going to do a time-lapse, and then you can set how many photos you want to take and how often. So there's a few options here that come built into the camera. You have crowds, clouds, sunset, or you can just set custom. So when you go into the custom, you swipe up again, and you can change your